Do some travel news on this week's edition of Here's This. We want your take on what we're about to talk about. Today, we're diving into a topic that affects the comfort and safety of air travel for many passengers. The question on our radar is, should airlines rethink their approach when it comes to serving specific snacks or meals when a passenger reports that they have an allergy? So during the boarding process, a passenger walks on the plane and says, "I've got a peanut allergy." The cabin crew usually will say something along the lines of, "Oh well," because you can't guarantee whether or not someone ate it before, if there's a peanut on the floor, or the snacks that they have for sale have peanuts in it. So what should the airlines really do in that situation? Because usually the passenger is left with the tough decision of, do I continue or do I get off? Because the airline's not going to do anything for you.
But also, like, you can't tell what kind of snacks people are bringing onto the plane.
Right.
What if someone is bringing a peanut butter and jelly sandwich for their kids? Like, you know, we were talking about, how do you know? So I kind of think in this situation, it's up to the person who has the allergy to have their, you know, EpiPen, right? And cut.
Right.
But I also feel like they don't really serve peanuts really on planes
But there's so
anymore.
many variables.
Airlines that you don't fly still serve peanuts.
I'm like, what?
I'll leave it at that. But there are variables because your dog is also here with us today.
Yes, he is.
And animals, people have a lot of allergies to dogs and cats too. And if you walk on the plane and you have an allergy to a dog, you're the one, if you don't have the dog, that has to make the decision, do you stay or do you go? What would you do?
Yeah, what would you
I
do?
mean, I would think that the airline would just another waiver to sign, like, sorry, we're not responsible. You know.
I'm actually surprised it hasn't gotten to paperwork in that situation
Yeah.
yet. Like where you
You're
say I
signing
have
so
an
much other
allergy. Well,
stuff.
now we know we might have a medical problem, so sign this because then if we have to divert, you have to pay that bill.
Yeah.
But they
well,
haven't
it's just
gotten
we're
there
not
yet.
responsible at the end.
Yeah.
The
I think
end.
that's kind of like in the terms and conditions. When you
Yeah,
buy your ticket.
it's one of the things that you press, so I'm sure it's covered.
You mean that it was zoop, zoop,
Yeah.
zoop, zoop?
Not
Sign.
my problem. Not my problem.
Are you allergic to anything?
No.
No, nothing.
No.
She's actually not.
Really? What about you?
Oh, that's not true. I guess cat dander.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So what if
But
you
not
were
like crazy.
But like, what if you got on the plane and you realized there was a cat under the seat next to you?
I would not rub my face into this cat.
Well, you shouldn't be doing that anyway.
I'll
That
try
was
not.
really
That was
Cat
interesting.
snuggles. Yeah. No, are you?
No, I mean, like normal, like seasonal allergies, as you know. You've called
Yeah.
me sometimes and you barely recognize it's me.
Yes, I know.
But I mean, I've dealt with this many times as a flight attendant where you just tell the person, like, I'm sorry. And they're like, well, how am I going to get to, you know, Christmas with my family? I don't know, rent a
In
car.
this situation, I don't think it's the airline's responsibility. And I mean, as a mom, and I have a lot of my mom friends who their kids are allergic to peanuts and like, oh, it's just a tough situation. But I don't think it's the airline's responsibility.
Find another way of getting
Oh,
it.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right, well, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back with more of the Jet Set. I wouldn't rub my face in the cat. Can you imagine, like, if a passenger next to you did that, like to your dog?
Motorboat.